Good evening, people. Um, so today I've decided I'm going to do a bonus video for the week. It might be a tiny bit difficult to make the 52 weeks of life this weekend since I'm got my hands full, but I'll do my best. Um, so today's video, looking at the thumbnail, is the 5 tips to surviving long hours at work. So this will go for any shifts that are 8 to 10 hours long or possibly longer depending where you work. So first of all, for starters, no one wants to work long shifts. They're crap. They are maybe worth the money, but they're still crap to begin with. And for where I work, Woolworths, it can be very difficult and very stressful. So I'm making this video to try and maybe get you to feel a bit more prepared for these. Some of you, when you do long shifts, you're guaranteed to get burnout, you're guaranteed to probably feel a bit crook, you're guaranteed to do all of this, and the circumstances we're in at the moment, it doesn't help. So these are the 5 personal tips. You don't have to agree with them. You can think they're as bad if you want. I don't care. But without further ado, let's get to the first one. So the very first tip is pretty much enjoy the little things. What I mean by this is don't take what I mean is when you're let's just take examples from my Woolies. So I work in the checkouts. I stand at the registers for a very long time. And I can be getting very bored there. Say you get a customer that maybe has an interesting thing to talk about. You'll talk to them and you'll think, hey, this guy was pretty cool. That's something that you can enjoy and think about throughout the day. You can also try to think back to other things that you've done in previous places or previous shifts and say to yourself, you know what, that was cool. Your mind will go to a more happy place and time may go faster. If it does, well, good. And then just try to do anything that'll make your shift more interesting, make it more fun. Enjoy it while you can, because good things do come very rarely, but they do come to those that are in need. So the second tip is, in my opinion, one of the more useful ones, and it is to try to make a friend or have a friend with you. So what I mean by this is you want to have a friend maybe that works with you, or just someone that try to make a friend there, so then you're not alone. Someone's there to get you through it, and you're there to help them get through it as well. Even if you aren't working on the same day, when you are on breaks, talk to each other, get them to feel a bit more up, and that's what friends are for, correct? Yeah, of course. So you and your friend may be working separate times, or you may be working, one of you might finish earlier because they may have started earlier, or they just got a shorter shift. Do what you can. You don't have to wait with them, wait for their shift to finish. But even after the shift, have a talk to them, because trust me, when you finish a long shift, the first thing you want to do is talk to someone, because that's what I want to do. Or you might want to just go home and relax. Either way. But still, a friend is always good. They're good for getting through the day. Girlfriends, boyfriends as well. Your partner is very helpful. I don't have that, but I've got mates. So yeah, rip, but I'll take what I can get. And in due time, things will fall into place for me. So the third tip is take any opportunity possible to get out of your stream of a job. So what I mean by this, so as a register person, you're standing there for a very long time, and you could imagine it can get very boring there. Talking to customers, occasionally getting good ones and occasionally getting bad ones, it's just a daily grind. But let's say your job comes with maybe doing something a bit different. So in Woolies, there are a lot of departments, and even at the things you can clean, you can do all this. If you're not busy and there isn't a lot of people around, do whatever you can. Go and talk to someone, go and to the toilet to get a break. Well, ask first, don't just go. And then, or just do miniature side jobs. Like for me, I can restock stuff. I can clean my registers. It gets you off the registers for a bit, and you're not doing the same thing. So, time will go faster when you're actually doing different things. That's what a job, in my opinion, really should be. Because doing the same thing for a very long time can be very tiring, and it's what causes burnout. So yeah, any opportunity possible, literally get out of there as quick as you can. If a customer comes, go back, or maybe someone will handle it for you. Just try to, get yourself off the checkout for a while. Which will kind of go to my fourth tip. Make your breaks worth it. And what I mean by this, make the most of the breaks. Do what you can to, get something good and edible to eat. Like, don't go buy ramen noodles. If you have an hour's break, which is usually good, or even half an hour, if you got a car or even close by, just grab something to eat. But yes, make sure it's, something more edible. Talk to someone, go on your phone and have a look, and just do what you can that you would do in your normal day. Even if it's just to go for like a simple walk, just to clear your mind out. It helps. I've been there. The 1 hour breaks are like a saving grace for a 10-hour shift at the very most, and the very least, to be honest. These breaks are great. You get a headache throughout your job. That break can be a massive get out of jail free card, and I assure you it is worth it. So do whatever you can, even if they're 15 minutes. Go to the toilet, do everything you need to do, and quite possibly, if you want, even just try to sit yourself in for a bit longer. I've done it before. My bosses don't care. They haven't caught on to it. My 15-minute breaks could become 20 minutes, and they'll, they don't care. But, don't probably do that, but if you think that you can get away with it, try it. But yeah, make the most of your breaks. And then the last tip, if all these 4 things really aren't that useful for you, your best shot is to go autopilot. And what I mean by autopilot is pretty much you put yourself out, you put the will to want to go really hard out of it, and you just go with the flow of your job. Just don't worry about anything else except what you're doing. So for me, I would just worry about scanning items and saying the same procedure until something big happens or I get told to go to my break. And then, autopilot will, you're going along with it. You may feel a bit dissatisfied during it, but grieving about it will kill you badly. It sucks. That's why autopilot, but autopilot has worked for me before, or, just trying to be, turning yourself off pretty much and just doing your job how you normally would. It might be a bit of a step down, but at this point, who the hell cares? Everyone does it. You want to go aim for the top of your game? Good for you. But even though I, at points in my time in my job, really just wish I could walk out of my store and just be done with it. I think we all would. Okay, so that is my 5 tips to surviving long hours at work. Personally, I've got my own personal tips. I don't really, I won't share them unless you want me to. If you do, tell me and I'll do it. If you want me to do more stuff like this, just give me some ideas and I will do them. I want to do more videos other than my 52 weeks of life. I want to do lists, as I've been saying for a long time, still have not done a single one. I don't know, I just haven't had the motivation, but I just thought I'd do this just because I think I, myself, needed to talk about it, get some stuff off my chest. Well, that is all for this video. Thank you for listening or watching, if you do either. Most of you might only just be my mates for now, but I hope my channel does grow to something better. If not, it'll still be alright. So, yeah, thanks for watching or listening. I will see you on Sunday, the very least, for the next week thing. Like I said, I don't know when it'll be out because I'm very busy on tomorrow. Tomorrow. So, yeah, I'll do my best though. So, I will see you all later. Goodbye.